Hello there. In this video, I'm going to talk about proper heading structure for accessibility. So the problem is that skipping heading levels H1 to H4 or using them out of order breaks the document structure for screen reader users. That is why we should always use proper heading structures. For instance, if you start with H1, it should be followed by H2, H3, and so on and so forth. You should not have more than one H1 on a page, and one page should always have at least one H1. Why it matters? Because screen readers use headings to navigate. I'm going to show you in a moment how we can use screen readers to navigate between headings. And if you don't put them in a proper structure, it can confuse the users and impair orientation. So the best practice is that you should use headings in order, like I mentioned, H1 followed by H2, followed by H3, and so on. And don't just use it purely for styling, because sometimes, on some of the websites, if you see, they would want their text to look bigger, similar to heading, and they would use heading for that. Don't just use for that. Think about the Google Doc, right? In Google Doc, how do you have headings, paragraphs? Everything is structured. And similarly for website also, just keep that thing in mind. Think of like a Google Doc. Think of your website like a Google Doc, and then think about structuring it. Like when you write a blog, you have your main heading, then you have an H2, like a section which has an H2, then you have content for that, then you have the next section with another H2, and then you have a content for that, and if there's any other subheadings, then you can have H3s over there. Okay, so how do we navigate through using screen readers? Well, you can open the rotor using VO. So on Mac VoiceOver, VO is basically the Control plus option. You press that, and you press that along with the U button, and then you can choose the headings and navigate right, left arrow keys until you hear headings. So rotor basically is kind of a navigation between different items, different groups on the page, like headings, navigations. You have different sections available. So let me show that to you. So I'm going to hit the command plus F5 on the page. And then I'm going to use Control Option U. So now the rotor is on. Currently I'm on the heading, but you can navigate to links, or you can go to form controls, you can go to landmarks. There are different landmarks on the page, like banner, navigation, main and footer, and then window spots menu. Okay, so I'm going to go to the heading, and then you can use so I'm actually navigating between different sections using the arrow keys, the right and left arrow keys on my keyboard. So keep pressing the right arrow until you find the headings. Once you've reached the heading section, then you can just press the down arrow key to basically navigate between different headings, like that, right? And then if you want to basically go to that particular heading, what you can do is you can press Control Option space, and it'll jump to that particular heading. So let's say in this case, I want to jump to the Definitive Tech Information Summit. I can just press Control Option, which is VO, plus space. And there you go. You can see that it's taken me to that particular section, right? So that's how you navigate with the headings. I'm going to turn off the voiceover. And on Windows, basically, if you're using NVDA on a web page or document, press H. Move forward to the next heading. Shift plus H will move backwards. 1 to 6 will jump directly to a heading of that level, and then which means 2 for H2, for example. Press Insert plus F7 opens the elements list where you can select the headings. When you're using JAWS, then again you follow these keys basically to navigate between headings. Next thing I'm going to do is use the AxDev tools to basically show you how to test the headings in the next video. All right. Thank you very much.